Why is it so hidden? And Sri Ramakrishna would say, it's hidden. He gave another parable. For this you have to see the ponds in the villages in Bengal, Pukur. Ponds, little ponds, village ponds are there. They are often covered over by these plants. They're called, in Bengali, pana. Water hyacinth. It's not an algae. Algae turns it green, but this is like leaves. They'll come and cover over the surface. So Sri Ramakrishna says, no matter how much you push it aside, when you push aside that water has in those plants, you find the sparkling water beneath. You let it go, and his words, it comes dancing back. So no matter how much meditation, practice, prayer, inquiry like this, what we did today, you do, you begin to discover it. Then what happens? The whole world, the water hyacinth comes dancing back. It's going to come dancing back right now, after we finish. Even if you feel, I get it now. I am Anubhava Matratma. You wait. It's going to come dancing back. So what is that thing which comes dancing back and which you are asking? Sarita is asking, why is it so elusive? Why is it so difficult? It's elusive or difficult because of our extraordinary fascination with the world. We are so focused on the outside, on the object, that we do not notice the witness consciousness. Remember, all experiences are consciousness plus object is equal to experience. What are we focused on? We are focused on the objects of experience. We never turn back and look upon ourselves, the consciousness which enables experience. That's our nature. We are fascinated by these objects. Upanishad says, in Kathopanishad, Paran chikhani vyatrinat swayambhu tasmat parang pashyati nantaratman. The Lord has damaged, quote unquote, our senses and our mind because it continuously flows outwards and it does not see the inner self. In our language, which we use today, we are continuously flowing towards object, not discerning the witness consciousness. That's why it seems elusive. Not because it's not present. It's always present. That's why Vivekananda called it open secret. It's always present. It is freely present. It is effortlessly present. Continuously, effortlessly, at all times, at all places. What could be freer than this? What could be more effortless than this? The fact that I am. The fact that awareness, consciousness. And proof of it, every experience is the proof of it. And if you see the Advaitic paradigm, then every experience, C plus O is equal to E, consciousness plus object is equal to experience. Every experience is proving that there is an object which you are experiencing and there is a consciousness which is experiencing that object. Of course, this is one lecture. There is heavy duty philosophy involved. So this is challenged by dualists, by Buddhists, by various different perspectives. I think Advaita sort of comes out clean out of all of these 1,500 years of dialectics. Now your question is, do I need to pray? Yes, it's a good idea to pray. Who is the one praying? Be careful when I say, do I need to pray? Am I praying to myself? The reference of the I has changed. When I say I will pray, I mean I, Sarita, will pray. To whom? To God. But when I say I am Anubhava Matratma, I am just the sea, the consciousness. That consciousness need not pray. Why would it pray? To whom would it pray? It is one with God. And that consciousness alone, if you understand the ground of all appearances, it alone appears as Sarita, Sarita's God and Sarita's world. That one consciousness. It appears as God, sentient being, and the universe. If you think you are a sentient being as Sarita, which we think we are, then of course prayer is helpful. Then of course meditation, all of those things become relevant and helpful. So all sadhanas, all spiritual practices are welcome. See, I will just quote one verse for you. how non-sectarian this is teaching. Sureshwaracharya, the great student of Shankaracharya, he writes a verse where he says, by whatever method one becomes enlightened, that method is welcome. I hope I can locate it. Somewhere I saw it is here. Yes, this is on in my book. This is in the notes to the verse number 24, which is chapter 9. In my book, page 291. You will see verse number 24, chapter 9. At the end, you will see there is a quote from a book called Brihadaranyaka Vartika Sara. In my book, page 291. I don't know, the different editions are there. The verse is this. Yaya yaya bhavet pumsam vyutpatti pratyagatmani sasaiva prakriyeha syat sadvi sachanavasthita. It says, by whatever methodology one comes to a realization, I am consciousness. By whatever methodology. That is welcome as a method. One should not cling to this method or that method. See how liberal and open it is. By whatever you come to realization that I am the non-dual consciousness, by whatever method. You don't have to, follow me or this book or Yoga Vasishta or even Advaita Vedanta. Will prayer help? Yes, it can help. Recently I gave a talk in Berlin on the great German Catholic mystic and master, Meister Eckhart, who is a remarkable non-dualist. Some of the things he has said is so powerfully non-dualistic. Clearly, and in his time, 800 years ago, he had no access to Indian texts. Entirely by his own practice of, Catholic Christianity. And even saying Catholic Christianity does not do it justice, because at that time the division, schism hadn't occurred. It was just Christianity at that time, in the Roman Catholic Christianity. So he was a monk, and by prayer to Jesus, by surrender to God, by love, surrender, this practice of prayer, he comes to this non-dual realization. He says things like, the ground of God and the ground of my soul are one and the same ground. Literally it means Tattvamasi, you are that. What I truly am, God truly is. He is not saying directly, as you said, am I God? Ego is not God. He doesn't say I am God. He said the reality about me and the reality of God are one and the same reality. And we know what he means here. Anubhava matra atma. The pure being, the non-dual consciousness. That is the core of God. It's your core and my core also. Somebody? Yes.